Walker High School head baseball coach Mike Forbes for this week's edition of the Mike Forbes Show. Coach Forbes, great having you with us, brother. We appreciate you taking your time to share with us the ins and outs of the Walker High baseball game.
Appreciate it, brother. Always excited to do this every Monday.
Coach, we had week last week. We're gonna get you to tell us about it. But man, this weekend, you know, I had to keep my doctor on call, and I'm gonna let you explain what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna give away anything, but let's review last week. Let's look at the week that we've got before us, and then let's talk about Player of the Week. Coach Forbes, let us know about last week.
Well, Cardiac Cats are back. You know, we had to win. We went a perfect 4-0 this week, but we had to work for it for sure. Two of those games were come from behind victories that we had to walk off. So it was an exciting week for us for sure when it came to how we won, but it was definitely stressful at times. But just very happy about where the progressions that we've made, the trajectory that we're on. Not only were we 4-0 this week, we're 7 out of our last 8. So we're 7-1 in our last 8 games. And the only game that we really dropped was to a Northwest Rankin team in Mississippi. That's 9-2 right now. So they're having a great season as well. So really excited about the way we're gelling, the way we're coming together, and starting to play some good baseball. Started out the week against Thibodaux and did what we had to do against them to secure a victory, and then went into a tough 3-game series with a Fontainebleau team that one is not afraid to play good teams, and two, they're a young, scrappy little group. They have a talented group of young men that play the game hard, play the game the right way. And once they get some experience under their belt, they're going to wreak havoc for some people in our association. So got into that 3-game series and really had to work hard to get our first 2 victories. The first 2 victories came off of a walk-off hits. The Friday night game, Brody Singleton got the big hit with a runner at second, tie ball game, and we were able to enjoy that walk-off victory. And then the first game on Saturday was the marathon game where we had delay after delay. Some rain, some lightning. Ended up taking us over 4 hours to complete the game, and was just once we got to the last couple of innings, it was just a back and forth. They would score, we would score, and then we ended up getting to the 8th, and they hit a 2-run home run in the top of the 8th to go up 2. And at that point, our guys could have very easily, tucked tail and said, "Man, let's just get ready for game 3." But there you go again. That's not quite like us. We're gonna make it a game always, and that's awesome to see. So we end up getting the bases loaded with 1 out. Tying run was at third, winning run was at second, and Robert Adair got a big base hit to plate the winning run, and we were able to celebrate that one as well. And then game 3 was just, you had been at the park since 8 o'clock in the morning, and it was going to be who had who was more physically tough, who was more mentally tough. I'm sorry, who was more prepared mentally, and I just think that we were able to push through simply because, and only because, Fontainebleau, that was 3 losses in a row that they had suffered due to walk-off. So Sam Houston walked them off in the last game of the week prior, and then we walked them off 2 games in a row. So it was a sluggish game, and it was one of those things where we were able to scratch a few and was able to hold their runs low. So to have a sweep over a good quality team like that is a very, very good week for us.
Well, Coach, I just as I said, man, just cardiac cats is true, but I'm gonna tell you, I came up with this. A lot of grit and no quit is
That's
what I
it.
saw from the Wildcats this weekend, Coach. Because a lot of times it could have just whoop, you know.
hmm The
But
cool part about it as well is that we're doing this down 2 arms, with Skylar Dwyer being out, which we got good news today on him. He got cleared, so he's going to be in a return to play protocol. Not sure how long that's going to take, but we'll have him back before the end of the season. And then Robert Adair was dealing with some soreness, and we ended up giving him the weekend off. Uh, so we were down 2 varsity arms, 2 experienced arms, and we plugged some young guys in there, and they did a great job. Ethan Coombs still doing a great job for us, and then Lane Carter got his opportunity
yeah,
in the second game on Saturday and threw a gym. So that's great to see as we look into the future of this program as well.
well, Coach, that was last week. Let's look ahead at this week we've got coming up. The remainder of this really first full week of March baseball.
Yeah, buddy. One more non-district game. We still have some more, but we start district on Thursday. So starting tomorrow, we got Chalmette coming in, and that's a game that we really need to focus in on. We went down there and lost a one-run ball game to them last year. Uh, if we don't stay focused and keep our attention to detail on what it takes for us to win, they'll definitely come in here and take one from us. And then starting district, no better way to start our district off than a back-to-back series with Live Oak. We'll have Live Oak here on Thursday, and then we go to their place on Friday, and then we'll end the week on Saturday at St. Michael. So just looking forward to another quality week and getting district started the right way.
Absolutely, a quality week with quality teams that we're going to be up against. And Coach, I want to just take this opportunity before we move to Player of the Week and anything else you want to tell us about. But I want to take this opportunity to remind our folks that it's best if you can be here and root in person, cheer for the Wildcats. But if there's something up and you can't make it, then Coach, tomorrow night against Chalmette, Walker High TV will be broadcasting that game. And then I'm excited about that one, but also excited about the opportunity to broadcast the Wildcat versus Live Oak game on Thursday. Now, both of those games are here, so I want to encourage you folks to come out. There's nothing like filling the stands and rooting and hollering. But if you can't, then we're gonna be on Walker High TV with those two broadcasts. And Coach, you were just I wanted to mention something that the way these games are, and that with the 2 arms that were not able to experience arms that weren't able to go, Coach. It's the experience those other pitchers, guys, because it's just invaluable, Coach. Because as you go, uh, there's going to have to people going to have to step up if we want to go as far as we want to go. People are going to have to step up, and non-heroes are going to have to become heroes.
Oh, that's how championship teams are born. That's how championship programs are created. It's not one or two guys that have to carry the load of everything. It's got to be everyone. And what's cool about those young guys is that they are stepping up when their number's called. They're ready. It's hard to do that whenever you don't get as many opportunities as the starters do and stuff like that. But that's what makes me so proud of some of those young guys is that every time we give them that opportunity, they take advantage of it. So they can expect some more opportunities to come. But that just goes to show what we're doing at the sub varsity level. It's working, and those guys are definitely getting better down there. Had another great week with that sub varsity group. Total, they played 5 games on the week. No, I'm sorry, 6 games on the week. Our JV Green went a perfect 2-0. They had Central and Fountain Blue last week and won both of those games. And then our JV Gold went 3-1 last week, with the only loss being to a Catholic freshman team that is just loaded with some good talent. So to get 5 wins last week out of 6, they're doing some good things down there. So that's definitely not going unnoticed either. So just happy with the state of our program right now and the direction that we're going.
Absolutely, Coach. Well, we are as a Wildcat fan, and being able to watch these young men play and go, we're excited of where it looks like the program is, and plus where it's going. So as we come to the end again, we're at the time where we got our baseball player of the weeks. And Coach, I'm just going to recap the first week we had was Jake Rappold, then followed by Arlen Olivier, and then last was Owen Johnson. And for this past week, Coach, who do you got? Who you and the coaches, y'all make these decisions. So who are we looking at this week, Coach?
It's not
It's got to
easy.
get tough.
It's not easy, brother. We had 3 guys bat over 450 last week.
Wow.
Braylon Montgomery batted 450. Braylon Kent batted 500, and Jaden Ard also batted 500.
Wow, Coach.
So it definitely doesn't get any easier. Leading having most hits this week was Jaden Ard. He led with 7 hits, had multiple doubles, and is just setting the table for a lot of guys behind him to be able to score some runs. If he gets on base, he's going to score because his legs allow us to do some awesome things on the base pass. So, not to take anything away from those other 2, but we landed on Jaden Ard as our player of the week this week.
Well, Coach, it's you mentioned 3 fine quality individuals, not only good baseball players, but Father, great individuals, Coach. And me and T, when we up in the box, we broadcasting the game. When Jaden Ard gets on first, we both look at each other and we say, well, let's see what Coach for, because we know there's gonna be some stuff because his legs are good, man, and whether it's a straight steal or it's some type of thing, y'all gonna get him going, and it's just we have a lot of fun when he gets there. Well, Coach, we appreciate it. Appreciate your time. Congratulations again on a great week. Looking forward to what happens this week, and the Wildcats keep on going, Coach. Keep on going. But Coach, today, like every day,
it's a great day to be a Wildcat.